We are in the last month to enjoy the products sold from both the annual 2022 to 2023 catalog and the mini January to May 2023 catalog. All of my videos this month will feature retiring colors and products. It's the last kick of the can for you to purchase the items and for me to demonstrate with them. Please note that some of the products may be sold out because of the last chance sale going on right now, where some of the products are deeply discounted. Hello friends! The retiring products I'm using today are the Amazing Thanks dies, the split card textures dies, and the Fancy Flora Designer Series paper, as well as quite a bit of embellishments. So I have a lot of die cuts here, and these are from the Amazing Thanks dies. Can you imagine that these dies are only $14.80 Canadian? Yep, it's true. I just looked it up. I wanted to make sure they're still there. So what I'm doing here is I have already previously die cut the colored cardstock and the shadow, which is white. But as you can see, you can use this die alone for the word thanks, or like what I'm doing is sort of rounding off the colored cardstock, and then I'm also rounding off a little bit of the white shadow so that it looks like thank, because I have a U that goes with it. So these Fancy Flora papers are sized 3.5 by just shy of 5.5. So it's just shy. And I put some liquid glue adhesive behind my split card texture die cut. So I've already die cut because this video is long enough without me die cutting for you. So this is you're going to see the card designs put together. So they're all pretty much the same format, but I'm using different colors, and as you can see, I'm using different words and I'm placing them differently. And I just wanted to show you a multiple of the card designs, and I'm also trying to use my products. Like, that's one of the biggest things. I hadn't used these, especially the split card textures. I bought them because I like them, but and there is another split card texture that has a more floral, and I really didn't want to use it this time around. I really pretty much bought those dies, the split card texture dies, for this plaid looking design. So anyway, I am using it to the fullest. I'm glad I got many cards out of it. How many did I do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. And I also did one just plainly using the Amazing Thanks dies because I'm really promoting them, you guys. It's $14.80 just for those Amazing Thanks dies. They come with the shadow and the thinner part, and there's even I think there's even a more thinner part. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Here I am with I've colored some of the pearls with Highland Heather, and I actually moved this around a little bit. As you can see, it's a little bit different here in the still pictures. But, and then, yeah, like I just sort of chose some colors that I liked and used them with the die cuts. So with this one, I believe I used the Mango Melody cardstock. And again, I am just cutting 3.5 and then just a little bit, shy of 5.5. So, and I just made sure, because that split card texture card front there is 4.25 by 5.5. So, and then I'm putting it on a card base that is just a regular card base. So 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4.25. And I'm using dry adhesive to adhere the card front, and then mini dimensionals to adhere the thank you. And then I'm using up some, like these pearls are retiring, But for some of the other products I used, I'm not going to have them listed below because it goes too quickly. So what I will do is I will put a link directly to the retiring list, and you'll be able to see the link in my blog and or in my YouTube channel, depending on where you're watching this from. I know I have a lot of blog followers, so thank you so much for following my blog. You can always find a ton more information there than you can through any other media, social media. I'm not necessarily always on Facebook, and I rarely go on the Instagram. I guess I'm just too old. Anyway, did you not love this Fancy Flora Designer Series paper? It's absolutely beautiful. There is some parts, I think the next color coming up, that I had a real hard time which color I was going to use, which side I was going to use, and that never happens. I clearly like one side better than the other. I don't know about you, but double-sided paper sometimes makes me really sad because or it doesn't make me sad because I normally don't have a problem with using one side or the other. However, these ones, very, very pretty. So again, I think these are called the loose floral, I can't remember, loose petals or loose florals or something like that. And a lot of the embellishments, they are going. So not many of the embellishments are staying. So I'm actually trying to use up my embellishments instead of hoarding them. I think that's my problem. I don't have a problem with letting paper go, letting stamps go, but the embellishments I have a problem with. I don't know. I am going to be working out the product share here shortly. So if you are interested in joining me for a product share, that's how come I can manage to get a smattering of all of the products in the new annual and the little catalogs and all of that, because I buy everything and I dole them out. I cut everything up into shares and I share them with people across Canada. And they are a wonderful way of getting a little bit of everything. See, I think this is the one. So I have the green thanks. Looks really good with the gray and the yellow, but I did choose to just use more of a multicolored there. I don't know why. Probably should have went with just the double color. Anyway, it doesn't matter. As you can see, these cards are coming together quick. They are very simple. I've done all the die cutting ahead of time. I think I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 or so card designs. This was something I thought was pretty clever. And if you think it's clever, please go ahead and put a comment in the description box below or leave a comment on my blog. I'm using, these are called those sea foam rocks or something. They're make-believe rocks. And you don't have to. Look at what I made. I made a flower. I made a flower out of those rocks. And there's a clear one too. So I just put sort of like a circular or a square in the center and then some triangle bits I went around. So in case you have those, I'm not sure what they're called, you guys. And I can't, maybe I can find them. Hang on. They're called faux sea glass shapes. So they're supposed to be sea glass, and I love them, but now they're gone. So you can use them as sea glass on some of your beach themed cards, or you can make little funky flowers. So there you go. There's tip number 1. I have, and you probably noticed my glue holder. I got that from a friend of mine who had a 3D printer, and she made that for me. And no, I don't know if she will make you one, but if you know somebody who's got a 3D printer, it's a good idea. Just give them the lid of your Tombow and see if they'll do a 3D, because it's nice to have the glue pointed down. Anyway, as you can see what I'm doing there, adhesive on the back and adhering it to the basic white cardstock. And of course, if there's any like little lips or anything like that left over, I just cut it off with some scissors, and you can too. Yeah, I just cut it out of the video because this video is almost 15 minutes long. So, and these are called, I think they were adhesive backed gems and sequins. I think those are called. There was pink, and then there was like rhinestoney colors. Really like the pink and the purple together. So that's, and then I think I even colored that with Wink of Stella. And again, I'm not going to film all of the things. I think I just wanted to share with you like how many I did, and I'm pretty proud of myself that I made so many, and they all were kind of the same design, but they were all different. So, and I wanted to use up my pattern paper before they retired because, yeah, I don't really demonstrate with retired products. And even though my team recently, we have had a retired product themed swap. So that was kind of interesting. Nice to be able to use some products that are retiring and get some use out of them. That's the thing. I mean, of course, as a customer or someone who is not a demonstrator, you don't care if the products are retiring. You're getting them at a really good deal. But for a demonstrator to use retired products isn't really always a wise business decision. And of course we do. I mean, these are fantastic. But we always like to make new for a room for the new products coming in the new catalog. And holy moly, there's some really good products coming out. So I'm glad I'm getting a last chance to play with these, to share with you how to use them. But boy, oh boy, next month is going to be fun. So those were the rhinestones of that product. I think I give a little bit of a closer up view of what I've used, but yeah, that is, I liked how you are amazing. Like, surprise. And I did use adhesive sheet behind my words. So I die cut the actual words with cardstock, and the cardstock had adhesive behind it. So like adhesive sheet. You can find that in our catalog for sure, or online. In our online store, it's just called adhesive sheet. See, I'm getting so much better as I progress with these cards. Like the first one I was a little bit, rusty with, and now here at number 6 or 7, I'm doing okay. I'm putting the glue where it's needing to go, and everything is working wonderfully. So again, it's just a trade up of using it horizontally rather than vertically, and using a corresponding color. I believe that's shaded spruce. I'm not 100% sure. And no, shaded spruce is not retiring, which is nice. But these greens do go well. And I'm not 100% sure what those sequins were. I think they're probably adhesive back sequins. I'm not sure. But you can certainly go online and find a whole bunch of retiring embellishments for ridiculously low prices. Now, this particular one, cardstock here, or designer series paper, pattern paper, if you will, was too beautiful. I did have a grid, a split card texture to go over top, but I couldn't do it. I had to leave this designer series paper alone. So like it's perfect. It's perfect the way it is. Just like you guys. You're perfect the way you are. This is Rich Razzleberry, I believe. And but I felt that is such a pretty card just by doing that. So if you have some busier paper, don't know how to do it. These amazing thanks dies, they're $14.80, kids. Get going to the online store. Pick up yourself some amazing thanks dies for less than 15 bucks. All right, that is my share today. Thank you so much for watching and thumbs upping and doing all the YouTube-y things. You know I love you, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.